Hello, I'm Johnny, and today's topic is the Lakers' narrow win over the Timberwolves to return to the playoffs, the Heat's paint dominated, and the Hawks successfully extinguishing the fire.
No vest.
The play-in tournament began today, and to be honest, a do-or-die game is really exciting to watch. The playoffs are scheduled to start on Sunday, Taiwan time, so for the next 1 to 2 months, we will be working hard to bring you plenty of NBA action. However, rest is also necessary, especially on Saturdays and Sundays, as office workers and students have holidays, which means more chances to watch the games. So if we don't post a video on a particular day, please be understanding. As for the many comments from friends yesterday telling us that our new video intro was excellent, we'd like to thank our assistants for their hard work. Before we move on to the next topic, please help us by liking our video. Your encouragement is our greatest motivation, thank you. The league announced the winners of various awards for March-April. The best coach in the Western Conference went to the Grizzlies' Taylor Jenkins, while the Eastern Conference winner was the 76ers' Doc Rivers. It's worth noting Taylor Jenkins, as the Grizzlies' key player Ja Morant was actually out for a while in March. In addition, Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, two of the main paint players, were also injured. However, the Grizzlies still managed a 14-8 record, mainly because the team has many available players, or we should say, Taylor Jenkins is not afraid to use them. In fact, under his leadership, the Grizzlies have been the second-best team in the Western Conference for 2 consecutive seasons. Next, we'll see if he has a chance to win the Coach of the Year award, but there are many contenders this season, including the Kings' Mike Brown and the Celtics' Joe Mazzulla, both of whom are popular choices. The Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month went to the Magic's Paolo Banchero, and the Western Conference winner was the Thunder's Jalen Williams. Of all the rookies this season, the only player averaging over 20 points per game is Paolo Banchero, so he's naturally the favorite for the Rookie of the Year award. However, I want to discuss the Thunder's Jalen Williams. He actually won the Rookie of the Month award once at the beginning of the season. Although his average of 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game this season isn't particularly impressive, don't forget that the Thunder also have Josh Giddey and SGA as core players. In short, Jalen Williams isn't the main ball handler on the Thunder, which is quite different from Paolo Banchero's situation. In addition, the 6 feet 6 inches Jalen Williams has a FG% over 52% and a 3P% over 35%, both of which are better than Paolo Banchero's. Moreover, the Thunder still has a chance to make the playoffs, so fans can also pay more attention to this young player. The Western Conference Player of the Month was awarded to the Lakers' AD, and the Eastern Conference winner was the 76ers scoring leader, Embiid. Let's talk about AD. This season, he averaged 25 points and 12 rebounds per game, and more importantly, his FG% was 56%, a career high. In fact, he has a good chance of being selected for the All-NBA first team this year. The only question is in what capacity. This season, the All-NBA first team still maintains 1 center, 2 forwards, and 2 guards, but the 3 center candidates seem to be confirmed, including the Kings' Domantas Sabonis, the Nuggets' Nikola Jokic, and the 76ers' Embiid. So I'm more curious about whether AD, who has mostly been the starting center this season, has a chance to make the All-NBA first team, and if so, in what position? Another question fans might have is whether AD has played enough games to qualify. Although AD has only played 56 games this season, which is not many, it's worth noting that many star frontcourt players in the league have also played limited games, including KD with 47 games, Kawhi with 52 games, and even LBJ with just 55 games. Additionally, the 65-game restriction starts from next season, so in my opinion, AD should have a chance to be selected for the All-NBA first team, likely as a forward, considering Domantas Sabonis from the Kings is a lock for the team. As for Embiid, his selection to the All-NBA first team is relatively simple, and there is no doubt he will make it. The question now is whether he has a chance to win the MVP award for the season. In my opinion, he has a strong chance, especially after claiming another Player of the Month award at the end of the season, which is a big bonus for Embiid. In the end, whether it's him, Nikola Jokic, or Giannis who wins the MVP, fans must respect their decision, as all 3 players have performed exceptionally well this season. Now let's focus on the game itself. Today, the Hawks are on the road to challenge the Heat. The winner of this game will officially become the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. As for the losing team, they will need to win an additional game to make it to the playoffs. In today's game, the Heat played with a relatively small lineup. Although they acquired Kevin Love, a big man, during the season, and started him alongside Bam Adebayo, head coach Eric Spoelstra moved Love to the bench in the final games of the season. If you've been following this channel, you'll know that I personally don't support Adebayo playing as a center. The main reason is that the Heat's frontcourt is not very strong, and more importantly, their height is not impressive. Jimmy Butler stands at 6 feet 7 inches, while starting Max Strus is 6 feet 5 inches. Additionally, Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent are 6 feet 5 inches and 6 feet 3 inches, respectively. This is a significant difference compared to teams like the Clippers or Celtics, who rely on their frontcourt power. In other words, if the team wants to compensate for height with speed, rebounds become crucial. However, in this game, the Heat allowed the Hawks to grab 22 offensive rebounds, essentially blowing up their paint defense. Clint Capella alone had 8 offensive boards, a number higher than the entire Heat team. It was evident from the footage that despite the Hawks' team three-point shooting percentage being only 24% and their free throw percentage below 60%, they still emerged as the winners. Let's take a look at what happened. At halftime, the Hawks led their opponents by 15 points, 65-50, and maintained a 13-point lead by the end of the third quarter. However, midway through the fourth quarter, the Heat narrowed the gap to just 6 points after Kyle Lowry hit a three-pointer. Nevertheless, Clint Capella managed to grab an offensive rebound over Bam Adebayo's head and then dished out an assist, making for a beautiful play. Towards the end of the fourth quarter, with the Hawks leading by 9 points, the Heat failed to secure a defensive rebound due to Adebayo's attempt to disrupt the shot, leaving no big men under the basket to protect the boards. Despite Lowry's best efforts to box out, his height disadvantage allowed the Hawks to grab another offensive rebound and score 2 points. In the final 1 minute and 40 seconds, DeJounte Murray missed a shot, and although Adebayo boxed out well, the Hawks' John Collins managed to score 2 points, ultimately leading to a 116-105 road victory for the Hawks. As mentioned earlier, the Hawks grabbed 22 offensive rebounds in this game. If you're a Heat fan, you might question the coach's decisions. In my opinion, there were indeed issues, as big men Kevin Love and Cody Zeller both played, but neither saw more than 4 minutes of action. It seems that Heat's head coach opted for a smaller lineup, perhaps because they were behind and needed to play faster and increase their shooting from beyond the arc. Additionally, 34-year-old Love's lateral speed isn't what it used to be. This strategy isn't inherently good or bad. The Warriors, for instance, also had a shorter lineup during crucial moments. However, when a team chooses to prioritize speed over height, securing defensive rebounds becomes a team responsibility. In reality, the Heat's lack of frontcourt strength is something that needs to be addressed during the offseason. In this game, Kyle Lowry contributed 33 points off the bench. Without his scoring, the Hawks could have had an even larger lead in the first half. Jimmy Butler scored 21 points, and Tyler Herro added 26. On the Hawks side, Trae Young led the team with 25 points, while their bench contributed a combined 53 points, which was another key to their victory. The Hawks will now face the Celtics, and to be honest, that series won't be an easy one. Next, let's focus on the Lakers vs Timberwolves game. Timberwolves' Rudy Gobert was suspended for 1 game due to a conflict with a teammate, so he did not play in this match. In addition, defensive anchor Jaden McDaniels is out indefinitely because he punched a wall. With 2 key players missing, the Lakers were expected to secure a victory at home. However, at halftime, the Timberwolves led 60-49, an 11-point advantage on the road. The Lakers once trailed by 15 points, 61-76, in the third quarter. If you're a Lakers fan, your emotions must be complicated, considering the opponents are missing 2 starters. Fortunately, Dennis Schroeder scored 7 consecutive points, including a three-pointer, helping the team cut the deficit to 7 points, 79-86, at the end of the third quarter. In the final minutes of the fourth quarter, the Timberwolves were leading by 5 points. However, AD and LBJ launched a 5-0 run, with LBJ's three-pointer tying the game. LBJ's crucial assist to Schroeder for the go-ahead three-pointer with only 1 second left seemed to secure the victory, but AD fouled Mike Conley with 0.1 seconds remaining, giving him 3 free throws. This unnecessary foul could have led to a 4-point play. Conley made all 3 free throws, sending the game into overtime. In overtime, AD not only provided assists but also scored in the paint, while Schroeder made crucial free throws. The Lakers eventually won 108-102 at home. The key to the Lakers' victory was Schroeder's 21-point contribution off the bench, compensating for the lack of scoring from starters D'Angelo Russell, 1 for 9 shooting, and AR, 4 for 13 shooting. In 27 minutes, Rui Hachimura scored 12 points, which was another crucial factor in the Lakers' victory, especially his three-pointer at the beginning of overtime. AD and LBJ combined for 10 turnovers, which suggests that the Lakers starters did not perform well in this game. For the Timberwolves, veteran Mike Conley was the top performer with 23 points, including 6 three-pointers. KAT contributed 24 points. Kyle Anderson, who we mentioned in a previous video, is a great playmaker and suitable for high-low plays with KAT. He had 13 assists in this game. The Timberwolves' core player, Anthony Edwards, scored only 9 points, which was another key reason for the loss. The Timberwolves had a chance to win, but their offense stalled in the fourth quarter and overtime, scoring only 16 points compared to the Lakers' 29. Congratulations to the Lakers for returning to the playoffs after a season's absence. In the 2020-2021 season, Frank Vogel was still the head coach, with Alex Caruso and Kyle Kuzma on the team. Interestingly, Dennis Schroeder was also with the Lakers that year before joining the Celtics and Rockets. Now, he has returned to the Lakers and helped the team reach the playoffs again. As for the Timberwolves, they will play their next game at home. If Anthony Edwards can regain his shooting form, the team still has a good chance of making the playoffs.